I am up at Whitefield Farm with my wonderful friend Annie, who's going to pop in and say hello. Hello! And we are busy making wreaths. We're going to be selling them at the Christmas fair in Derry next week. So I'm working in conjunction with Whitefield Farm and Inish Forestry, and I'm really excited to do this. It's going to be wonderful. I will be selling my salves there and lip balms, so it'll be wonderful if you'd pop along and we can see you. Thought I'd show you part of the process of making the wreaths today. So I have got some spruce. This is spruce, isn't it, Annie? Yeah. Got spruce. Don't want to tell you the wrong thing. This has got little short pointy leaves on it. I have got some Scots pine. This has got much longer fronds on it, you can see. And then I've got a wee bit of holly. So we are just going to arrange these nicely on the table before we put them on the wreath. So last night I went and cut some willow. This is this year's growth and they're really long, and I've just bent it into this wreath base here. We're going to do what we're calling a naked wreath, so it's only partly covered. I think they look really pretty. And just got a wee bit of florist's wire here, and I'm going to wrap these branches just to hold them together before I put them on the wreath, and it just gives it a little bit more stability. What I've found works best is if you hold a tail down, it gives you something to grip onto. And I've still got some left, so I'm going to add this Scots pine in. This is just going to give a little bit of a different colour. You're going to get that greenery still there, and it's going to give you some volume in amongst it too. And then what we're going to do is we're going to twist the tails of the wire together. Add this holly in at the end, just so it doesn't get lost, because we were just discussing this, that it can quite often get lost. And this has got lots of lovely red berries on it. I don't know if you can see. Same thing again. Twist that wire together. And I've left this tail here. I don't know if you can see that very well on the camera, but I've left this tail. And I'm going to start attaching to the wreath base. So just have a look at the shape of your wreath base, and then decide where it's going to be best and how you want it to hang. Do you want it to the side? Do you want it on the bottom? Do you want it hanging down from the top? It's entirely up to you. I quite like it when they go from the side. Now, this is quite a large spray, so I'm going to have to secure it in a couple of sections. If you wrap the wire around a couple of times, just to make sure that it is secured, it's really awkward to do and quite jaggy with these, so just take your time. And I'm sure there'll be a few curse words in there, but you do you. I'm trying to refrain. place and very secure on there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down the back here. Just thread it through so that the wire's hidden. Spread these branches out, take this wire up, just tie this on up here too. We will disguise this with a bit of ribbon at a future date, but this is just to give you a rough idea on what you can do to make your own wreath.
I'm feeling a little bit less than human today. You can probably hear it in my voice. I've woken up feeling like I've swallowed razor blades. So I am going to make myself some pineapple scrap tea, and this is really, really good for sore throats and coughs. And I'll explain why it's really good as we go through the process of making it. So pineapple scrap tea, you are going to need pineapples. And you could use the entire pineapple if you want to, but it's a really, really good way to use the skin and the core up that would otherwise go to waste. Then you can eat the actual flesh of the pineapple itself and get all the goodness and vitamin C that way too. So I have laid out the ingredients for pineapple scrap tea. I have got 3 pineapples here, which I'm going to chop up. I've got a lemon, ginger, turmeric, black pepper and an orange. And then we will put some filtered water in too. Now you can absolutely use some fresh herbs like thyme and rosemary. I might nip out and get some shortly. I won't take you out with me because it is absolutely bucketing down outside. Anyway, let's get cracking. So I'm going to start by cutting the top off here. And the bottom. And just taking this outside off, because this is the bit that we want for pineapple scrap tea. The beauty of this is that it's using what is essentially a waste product and really utilising it to make something medicinal. The reason that pineapple is so effective for sore throats and coughs is it contains a compound called bromelain, which quite aptly named because pineapple is a member of the bromeliad family. and it really does soothe sore throats and get rid of those coughs. I'm just going to pop these into the slow cooker. Now you can absolutely do this on the stovetop. I am just being incredibly lazy by doing it in the slow cooker. It just means that I don't have to babysit it too much. And I'm going to chop this pineapple up as I go. So now that I've finished chopping up the pineapple, I'm going to go ahead and just slice up the orange and the lemon. And these are just going to add some extra vitamin C in here, and as well as a little bit of flavour. Now, by rights, I probably should grate the ginger and the turmeric in, but I am feeling particularly lazy today, so I'm just going to roughly chop it up. Now, the ginger and the turmeric are both really, really good for you because they have anti-inflammatory compounds in them, and just they're good for your overall well-being. So they're excellent. One thing to note when you're using turmeric is you need to include black pepper in there because it makes the curcumin, which is the active compound in turmeric, more bioavailable to our systems. If you don't have it, you don't really get much of a benefit from having the turmeric, or you certainly don't get the full benefit of it, so it's really important to include the black peppercorns. This is where my hands get stained bright yellow. So did you guys know that turmeric is one of the main ingredients in fake tan? That's why you quite often get a kind of funky curry smell off of fake tan. But turmeric, because it's really, really good at staining things, it is one of the ingredients that they use in fake tan. Or they certainly used to. I don't know if they've moved on and started using other things. I'm quickly going to wash my hands so it doesn't stain too bad. And then I'm going to go ahead and add water to the pan. Let's get rid of this chopping board here. Can we all just take a minute to appreciate my Christmas cactus? She has burst into bloom at the right time of year and is absolutely stunning. I am just loving seeing how beautiful she is, and glorious as well. Just bear with me whilst I get water from the water filter. It will take a minute. Okay, I had to run more water through the water filter, but here we go. Get this in. Whilst I was waiting on the water to go through the water filter, I nipped out and got some rosemary and some thyme, so we'll pop that in a second too. So here we go, I've got rosemary and some lemon thyme. And let me tell you, this is smelling divine. Finally, I'm just going to put a wee sprinkle of black peppercorns in so that we can get all the benefit of the turmeric. And that's it. We pop the lid on. And I'm going to put the slow cooker, I'm going to set it to a simmer to start with. It would help if it was plugged in. 1 second. Okay, so now we're all plugged in. So we'll turn this on, and I am going to put this on to simmer. And once it comes to a simmer, I'm going to select the slow cooker to high and let it do its thing for 3 or 4 hours. And I will come back and see you. So the pineapple scrap tea has been bubbling away on high in the slow cooker for about 3 hours now. And I think it's probably done. So I'm going to ladle some out and have a try. I wish that you could smell my kitchen right now. It smells amazing. It smells sort of tropical and spicy all at the same time. Now, if you were really pernickety, you could strain this through a sieve or a muslin cloth, but I'm not that fussy, and I really, really want to try this. I know that it is going to just do me lots of good and help me to feel better. This smells amazing. It's really, really hot right now, so I can only take little sips. It tastes amazing. But my tongue ever so slightly there. But anyway, you can see it is the most fabulous golden colour. The turmeric has, I don't want to say stained, but it has certainly added its own colour to this. And it's a strange taste. So you've got the flavour of the pineapple, but you have none of the sweetness there, which is quite a strange thing, but very nice. If you wanted to, you could absolutely sweeten this with honey, but I quite like it the way it is. You get the flavour of the herbs there, and you get that back note of ginger and the turmeric and the pepper there too. So it's just a really lovely drink. I will be drinking away at this over the next couple of days, and hopefully it's going to help my throat and help me to feel a bit more human. So thank you so much for joining me this week as I make my pineapple scrap tea. If you have enjoyed this video, I would be most grateful if you would hit the subscribe button and the like button. You will get notified every time I release a new video. I release a new video every Thursday, so you'll get notified of that if you hit the subscribe button. Until next time, my lovelies, take care.